To use the UV filter, you need the latest firmware on your EasyView device. Older EasyView Plus models may have outdated firmware installed on the device. After switching on, the firmware version is displayed at the bottom right. The version must be 1.021 or higher. The previous version of the EasyView Plus is the EasyView 3D. The filter can also be used with the older device version by updating the firmware. We will now explain how to update the firmware of your EasyView Plus or your EasyView 3D. If you have a Renfort Connect stick, you can easily update the firmware of your EasyView Plus via the Renfort Connect app. To do this, simply click on the bell at the top right and perform the firmware update. If you do not have a Renfort Connect stick or have an older EasyView 3D model, you can transfer the firmware to the device using a normal USB stick. Download the right software package for your EasyView variant from the Renfort website onto your USB stick. Whether you have an older EasyView 3D or the new EasyView Plus, you can see on the right side of the device head. You will find the link to the download below in the video description. Save the SEFP file on the empty USB stick. To install the downloaded firmware on your EasyView, insert the USB stick with the firmware file into the USB interface of your EasyView. Important: the device must be switched off. Switch on the EasyView. The device now automatically installs the firmware. The current firmware version is briefly displayed on the screen. In addition, the UV filter mode icon is now also displayed. The firmware has been successfully updated. Switch off the device, remove the USB stick with the firmware. Important: normally an EasyView Plus does not need to be calibrated, as the devices are generally pre-calibrated Xworks and also for the UV mode. If your device displays colors on the screen that deviate from reality in standard mode, the device must be recalibrated. This is extremely rare and can occur after transporting the device. Now we will show you step-by-step how to calibrate your EasyView for UV mode. First, mount the UV filter on the device head. Now place the color calibration card in the light cone of the EasyView. If you perform the calibration without exposure to extraneous light in a darkened room without any other light sources switched on, you will achieve the best calibration results. Adjust the distance so that the card is in focus. Now the device must be switched off at the toggle switch. Press the left and right mouse buttons at the same time and hold them down while moving the mouse in a slight circle in an ongoing motion. At the same time, turn the device back on while maintaining the mouse movement. Move the mouse until the service menu appears at the lower right edge of the monitor. Now use the mouse wheel to select the menu item for color calibration. With the EasyView Plus, the calibration must be performed separately for the 4 times and the 15 times and 20 times magnifications. Now start the calibration with the left mouse button. Start is shown in the monitor with the white field. With the EasyView Plus, place the color field so that the square is inside the color field. After the color field has been placed in the center, confirm this with the left mouse button. You will then be prompted to do the same with the other colors. The first and last colors require a little more time for calibration. The color chart must not be moved during the respective color acquisition. Finally, the new calibration data must be saved with the left mouse button. The calibration process is terminated by a restart. To do this, simply switch the device off and on again at the toggle switch. Done! The colors are now displayed correctly when the UV filter is used.